Alright, I just was starting to do a video and some of my allergies, I don't know, but my throat, and then I had to stop, so we'll start over again. I didn't do anything yet. I was explaining that I'm getting ready to make the box, the tonic Christmas tree box. And I'm thinking that's going to take quite a few parts, so I still want to provide other videos to watch so that if you don't care, you're not going to miss a bunch of days or whatever. You still have something else to watch, I guess is what I'm saying. And so it is Thursday, but I am filming this for Friday. And we got I got these kits, the 3 of them for the price of 2, for signing up for the craft club, and I fell in love with some of the images in this decoupage. So I thought, let's do some decoupage. Whoops, that was supposed to go back in the other one. And let's do, so I got the 3 different ways to adhere. I have flat glue, 3D collage glue, and foam. And so what we're going to do is eat one in each one of those so that you could see the differences and how it works and stuff. So I thought maybe about doing like one of their frames, so you could see that if you had this kit, and I haven't done that yet, and we can see how this is supposed to be done. And that way you have that. And I believe it's probably supposed to go on aperture card. So we're gonna, what do we want to do? That's weird because I thought they were gonna go together, but maybe they don't. I thought the frame was gonna fit on the aperture, but I guess I might have been wrong about that. Yeah, it kind of shows it all layered up, doesn't it? That's what it looks like to me. So they got certain blanks, and then coordinating oval aperture card blank and floral decoupage. Now I want to see how they're saying these frames go together. So the frames, no, they don't go on the card, I guess. You just put a piece of card over it, or under it, behind it, whatever. So that might be for a different video then. So we're just gonna go ahead and put these away. I thought that we would do that, but I don't want to be doing, I want to focus on the decoupage itself. That didn't go in there. Okay, these go in this one. Or we can maybe use the aperture if I make a card with it. We'll see how everything goes. Right now I want to focus mostly on the decoupage, but I thought if those fit on the cards, then I would do one real quick, but since that's not the way it is, then we're not going to do that. So, oh look, they sent us foam. So maybe I'll use their foam. I'm trying to compare the thickness, because what I had grabbed was the lowest thickness in the tape that I have. It's the same. And then these are bigger. And there might be a little tiny bit of difference. We'll go ahead and use theirs. I'll put that back. And we'll use theirs since that's what came with the kit. And this is the card. We don't need that right now. We just want the decoupage sheets. And we're just going to pick out 3 designs. So there's so many cute ones in here. I just can't believe. So let's do the 3 sheets of each. So you get three of them. Here's the thing. You do not have to stack them all, right? So if I just want to use, say, number 2 on something, and, you know, like, just say I want 2 of these. Then the only piece missing are these little things up here, as far as I can tell. So I could still do 2, and I could just layer up, like on this one. So I could come down here and put that on this one, but then I could use this one on this one, and then decide the bee itself. So you don't have to have them all on one, and I can show you that. Maybe that's what I'll do with the glue one, is just do like 3 layers. That way we're not, of course there's plenty here. I don't see why I couldn't just use a whole one. Because the glue is not really going to layer, but it will layer. If you know what I mean. It will layer. But I never do it with just glue. I always use something else. Always. Always. So, I'm just gotta pick one out for the glue. Because it does add dimension, it's just not the same kind of dimension. Let's do, shall we just do the glue first? And let's do this one in just glue. We'll just layer up glue. It'll still give it some dimension. It's just not very much. Your only dimension you're getting is another layer of paper. So here's number 1. Right, let me see what color cardstock came in here. And that way I can put something so these lines are not distracting. No. Okay, we use a piece of the blue card so the lines are not distracting. Okay, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to find number 2. And I'm going to poke number 2 it. Now, here's what's nice about these. This is not always true. There's no white outer line. I also don't really see any of the little tabs poking out. That's not always true. So, you know, that's something. Now, you might have a little bit of a hard time also seeing the difference in these because of the way the camera is, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that you will be able to see good enough. I'm just going to try to grab some scratch paper here so I can make sure the glue is running out of here. It is barely. Okay. Done. I'm going to fight it for this, so I'm going to just take this part off and just glue it. Because this 5 minutes could take a half hour if I'm struggling with the glue. Okay. The good thing is they did put foam adhesive in here, so one of the comments I had seen about the quilling one was like, they sent us the quilling kit and they can send this and this and this and this all the time, but yet they didn't send a quilling tool. So for somebody that has never quilled before, they may not have the quilling tool, and now they got to go get a quilling tool. And so, as you can see, it still has some dimension. You can see that little tiny lift, but it's only paper thin. Paper thick, I guess. But as I layer more on, it's still going to show, the different layers are going to show. Oh, I got it upside down. So you just match the picture up and stick it on. And that's really all there is to it. Okay? And now I'm going to do number 4. Which is going to be that one. And even just the image looks layered anyway, so that's kind of interesting. I can hear a bird out there, like a goose or something. Again, that was 4, and this is 5. Matches that one. So I'm just going to glue it there. So if you want to mail it, you're still going to have some depth difference. It's just not so obvious, but it's there. So if you're going to do that, that's all right. You can. And you can curl them, and they're not going to be quite as flat if you curl them too. They'll stick up more. You should always kind of curl your that's where I messed up. I should have kind of curled it anyways. They should have all been kind of curled and then stuck on. Because even if you do glue, you can still do that, and it helps just to give it a little more, your pieces a little bit more depth to them. So you really can't tell, but it's not real noticeable, but it's a little bit noticeable. Okay, now let's do this one. And we'll do this one in the foam tape. The adhesive foam, or whatever they called it here. Foam adhesive. Oh, this one wants to be... didn't quite cut these right. So I took that little tip off that one. But here's our number 1. Number 1. Now we're going to look for number 2. As you can see now, the branches are not on here. I can take it, curl it. You can curl it with your fingers. You can curl it with this. This kind of works real well. And it's going to go on here. See what that... See? So... one big one in the middle, and then I'm going to put some of the little ones on the sides. The only thing about these little ones is taking the tabs off is... Now, I'm not going to put a bunch of them on because I'm doing a video and I don't want to be here all day. And when you're doing these, you kind of do want to be able to hide them a little bit. So you don't necessarily want them, like I'm coming all the way to the tip, and you may not really want to do that. Because you don't want them to be real noticeable. See, sometimes these little ones just are not worth dealing with. So then you have to remove the backing. Which is probably the hardest part of this whole thing. Is removing the backing. Especially when you have to do it with every one of them. Wait till you see the collal. It's wonderful. It is wonderful in my opinion. So this is going to go on here. And you just line it all up. And place it down, and look at the depth. Now I'm going to go for number 3. Give it a little curl. And I generally go down and just kind of to hide the foam, basically, is the way I look at it. What I'm going to do, you're probably going to want to do more than I am, but I'm just going to kind of stick just the one big one on so that we can get through the video. But know that normally I would add more. I think I would probably put a little one here, a little one over here, and a little one here. Okay, so this one is going to go layered up there. You should always match them up before you put it down. See, I'm off. And sometimes the foam tape doesn't like to give. So laying them up. Doesn't want to let me line it up. There you go. See, it really needs that foam on there. Then we're going to do number 4. And if I wanted to stop here, I could stop here, or I could have not put that one down and gone here or gone here. It's, you know, that's the way it works. And it's supposed to be that way. Well, not always, but I am going to put a couple of the little ones because that one really didn't want to stick underneath there. So I'm just going to stick a couple of them. I didn't curl it, did I? I don't think I did. I forgot to give it a little curl. So I'll just do it. All right. All right. So this is gonna go like that. And then the last one. Oh, that one left a little bitty tab on there. Let's stretch and curl. This one's only gonna take a little one. Oh, I need to get this glue back, cover back up before it's dried up. Okay. So I'm not real sure where this one goes. Must be this one, yep. But it goes this way. You can tell by the different lighting on there. So there we go. Now it's down. And, whoa. See, to me, that's too much. That is too much. I like 3 normally. For me, 3. There's a difference. There's a difference looking at them. There's a difference in the height that makes this one look like it doesn't have anything, right? Okay, let's pick one to do with the collal now. And I think I might go for that cow. Where's that cow? Oh, where's that cow? Oh, we could do the house. I think I'm gonna stick with, oh, there's so many pretty ones. Oh, look at this. I mean, isn't that just beautiful with the butterfly? I love it. Where's the cow? There we go. Okay. I gotta open my collal glue because it has yet to be opened. Here's the thing with this stuff. They used to come in a bigger tube, I think. And I've had this for a while, so maybe not. Maybe it's just my imagination. If you know, let me know. This is, well, it doesn't say the size. 80 ml. Now, one time I got this stuff, the first time I got it, and the smell was just so bad. Oh my gosh. I couldn't. You had to be outside or in a very well ventilated room to use it, and I had that problem with the collal all-purpose glue also. It was like that, just so bad. Now, the only thing about this cow is, I don't really know about the curling it, right? Because they're not like flowers. But I'm gonna give it a little bit of a, just give it some body. And then I probably should have used flowers to show you the full extent of how this collal works. So I'm gonna give it a good dose in the middle. Doesn't want to come out. Okay. A good bit in the middle, and then just little smidges around the edges, because I want them glued down, but I don't want them up real high, right? I want the height in the middle. And you put as much, see, that's probably too much. That's probably better. I haven't done collal in a long time. So now we're going to line it up and set it down. And I'm trying to find out what's good about the collal glue is you have time, where the foam adhesives just kind of want to stick right off the bat. The collal is going to take a while to dry. It's not going to dry real quick. So I can kind of push that down a little bit. Now if I want to make it higher, I can. I just add more glue in the middle. If I don't want it this high, I push it down more. Okay. Now we're going to go to number 3. And with the collal, you don't have to worry about hiding the foam adhesive, because it dries clear. But I still want to do a little curling on him just to give him a little bit of body. See, like his head should be forward though, I think. I got this stuff all over it, and now it wants to come out easier, so that's good. Okay, so then this is going to go in the front of him, and that's going to bring his front end out. You know, I always want to be honest with you all. And I'm going to tell you, first off, that I am partial to the collal 3D glue. Oh, maybe this is a smaller tube because it came with the kit. I just don't know where the rest of the kit is. And I have found that I don't use it enough, and that it just dries up in the thing, the little plunger thingy. It just dries in there, and then, you know, it's no good to me after that. So Henry is just gonna get his head to stick up. So I'm going to stick this on. Now, like I said, this is still wet and it stays wet for a while. I believe they recommend like 24 hours. Okay, so I don't like that. That was not enough. I want his head to stand out a little bit more than that. So I'm able to take it up, come back, and put it on. And it's not going anywhere with that collal. It's gonna stay where it is. So see, he's cute. All right, what they say with this, I've not had good luck with this collal glue. It dries up. As soon as I open it, I don't seem to be ever. But what I did last time, I put the top on, and then I found that it was hard up here but soft down there, and so I kept cutting into the tube, into different areas of the tube, to where the glue was soft in it, and then wherever I would cut it would be a little hard the next time I went, so I'd cut a different area. But what they say is stick this, get that right to the tip. See, now once I let down, it goes back, and that's letting that air in, and that's what you don't want. So then you do this, And then you're good. Supposedly, we'll see what happens with that. Because I'm sure you'll all be here next time. Hopefully. Okay, so he's dimensional. And he's got the different layers. And you can see all the different layers. But it is not this extreme. Right? It's just more natural looking. And I must be kind of flattening him out a little bit. Because I keep handling him. But and this one's starting to come away a little bit. It's really more like that. It's just the glue hasn't dried there. And then this is the straight glued down one. Now, I like that. If I'm doing foam tape, I'm usually only doing 3 layers. With this, I could do the 3, the 5, the whatever you give me. That's, you know, I don't mind because the collal is not as thick. Also, to me, this is still mailable. Once it's dried, of course, you can still stick it in the mail. It's gonna be good. And like I said, you know, 24 hours it's dry. So as long as you wait that 24 hours, it's good. So what I think is, let's, I do prefer the collal, but now you have those comparisons to try yourself. So here's what my mind is saying. Let's try to put these 3 together and see if we can get a card out of it. I'm gonna put these adhesives back in here. I do like that they sent us the thinner adhesive. Oh, where's those card blanks at now? Those card blanks. Aperture cards. Oh. Let's see what we can do with these. So we got a purple one and we got this one. I'm saying this one, I'm thinking the cow can go on the inside. This. Oh, that's not going to want to fit up there. This might fit. No. They're not going to fit all together. Shoot. We would have to make our own aperture card. I thought it would be cute to have the cow on the inside. Flowers up here. And then these down around like that, but it's too small. It won't fit, and I don't know if I can make an aperture. Let me see what I can do. See, these are bigger, so if I had this, I believe these are 6 by 6. So if I did that, and this, and this, oh, it's gonna be still just a little bit shy. If I maybe here, and cow on top. I wanted him to kind of he can be on top of these, but I don't think he can be on top of those. I could do that. All right, let's do that. Let's see if we can get that right. I don't know how it's gonna work, but let's see how we do. I'm just gonna use this as a tool to trace. How long is this video? Okay, we got time. So I want it so, is that centered or no? Is that straight? Kind of close. Kind of close. All right, let me, what do I have to trace with? Really just a, oh, that's a brush pen. That's not gonna work. I don't want to lose how I have it because I think I've got it pretty centered. Now I'll do this and you watch, it's gonna be way off. Okay. So when I do this, of course the easiest way would have been to find a die that fit. But I wasn't going to make you all wait while I went and looked for a round die. So I just kind of spiral my way out is how I usually do it. And this is just a sample anyway, so we're not gonna worry too much about it. You know, I'm gonna cut this off because that is in my way for sure. You can see my mark and it's not a smooth cut. Not happy with this. Why did I feel like I had to do all 3 of them on one? Well, I couldn't have just done 2. You know, it's like sometimes you just get your mind set on something, and that's the way you want to do it. But we don't craft as a job, right? We craft because we enjoy crafting. And if we're not enjoying it, then there's no point. Find something else you do enjoy, right? So I'm going to say that it's the process. And when you have your heart set on something, there is nothing wrong with saying that's the way I want it. And I want to try to find a way to make it work. Okay, then I want this just to be just barely. And these are on the outside, so I think this. Okay, here's what I think. I think I'm going to glue him right smack in the middle and just put those on, and they're going to fit the way they fit. Look at how much he moved. Just because I've been fiddling with him. But that's the thing with the collal, right? Is it'll flatten out too as I'm messing with it. I'm spreading it so it's not in a big glob anymore. The glue didn't want to come out, so I'm trying to, there we go. So you don't want to mess with them really while they're wet. You want them to dry, but because I'm doing the video and I want to do this card, that's why the collal glue is good also for sticking flowers in that down, is because it takes so long to dry, you can keep kind of shoving stuff in. Okay, wait, there we go. That's gonna work just like that. So I'm gonna come here. Hopefully there's no glue on the other side of this. No. Okay. So that's good. Uh-oh. It's sliding. The only one problem with the sliding is it then moves glue, and I might end up with glue on this side, which would glue it stuck shut. Okay. So that's all right. And actually, I can move that in a little bit to cover, kind of want it to cover the whole bottom of him, but that might not work. So we got that. Now, to figure out the best way for this one's the hard one here. So what I might do, I love the way that looks, just like that. But then this would need to be trimmed off. If I did it this way, yeah, I think I need it that way. Yeah, I'm gonna fold that so I know that I don't need glue on that, but I'm not gonna cut that yet. I'm gonna cut it after it's on the card. don't want to glue the card shut. Did I get glue on that side? Nope. Okay. Now it's on the card, I can come back. Oh, right there. And snip that off. And just cut it. I'm having a heck of a time here. I have a viewer that I've always held to the highest, and one of my probably first and always left a comment, and I don't hear from her anymore. It's so sad. I don't know what made me think of her doing this card, but I know that her situation can change a little bit, but I don't know. I hope that I didn't do anything to offend or but I miss her. Think about her all the time too. Just pray that she's all right and everything's good with her. All right, what do we think? Is that too much? Is that a little overkill? That's why the aperture cards are so cute. Because you open it and it's still there. And I would just put a little message down here, maybe something up here, like just wanted to say, you know, missing you or something. There it is. The aperture is a mess. I would have been better off just looking for a die and die cutting it. But like I said, I had you all watching at the time, so I didn't feel like saying, hold on, let me look, that could take forever. So I just cut it. All right, everybody, there we are with decoupage in 3 different ways. Straight glue, pretty flat, but you still can tell that there's more to it. If that makes sense. I think if you think about layered stickers and stuff out there, you would understand the flat layered. And then, of course, the foam that's really thick. And then our cow is just so adorable. I can't remember what them cows are called. The longer hair and coats, and I wish I could remember. But anyways, all right, if you like my video, please hit the like and subscribe button. I think he moved. Thank you for joining me. I hope you join me again. And I'm planning on starting that box. And I know it's a lot of die cutting, and I'm just thinking it might be a lot. It's maybe not so much when you're not videoing, but if I want to show you every step of the way, and that's what takes a while. And I don't usually watch the videos. Once in a while I will. And so I happened to have it on YouTube scrolling through, and there was this one lady that had the video, and I thought, okay, I'll watch the video. And she's on the Tonic design team, and even her video took over an hour, and she didn't do the die cut, and she had most of the layering and stuff done, and like I said, even that was over an hour long. So I'm thinking this is going to be parts, and even with the die cutting, I think that's going to be a separate video. And I'm not going to release this one. I'm thinking is I'm not going to release the die cutting one right away, because I want to say in the first video, okay, this die cutting is done already, but I will be putting a video of the die cutting so that everybody knows that that video is just die cutting, you know, it's just the die cutting. And so if you don't want to watch just die cutting, then you don't need to watch it. And then part of me says, only show the die cutting if something goes wrong. But then I'm like, I don't know. What if somebody says, how many of these, which exactly ones? There's supposed to be 6, you know. If I do the die cutting, it's easier for you then to later on see, oh, that's the one. Okay, that's that. And like that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So hopefully so. All right, everybody. That's enough of me chit-chatting away. All right, have a blessed day. Bye-bye now.